What's up, Virgo? Welcome back to the channel. This is another Virgo channel, and this is another Virgo reading. Let's get started with a deep breath. Inhale and exhale. Thank you. It's the 7-7 portal. I'm here. I feel called to do a reading for you today. The first message I'm supposed to tell you is you have true potential. Some of you just started something new. You're thinking about starting something new, something like that. You have true potential. I'm getting that you have natural talent, but you can't pay attention to what everybody else is doing. I'm getting that you can't look to others for advice. No, that's not it. You can look to others for advice, but you can't look to others to copy. And I know that you're not trying to copy. So let me try to figure out how to articulate this, because you can't compete with others. And it's not that you're trying to do that either, but when you're starting something new, you tend to look at what everybody else is doing. You tend to look at people who are already successful in what it is that you're trying to accomplish or pursue, right? Your guides are asking you to do that as little as possible, because you're a natural talent and you have true potential. You're supposed to be creating something new or paving a new path. And I heard this quote in a song the other day, and I wish I knew exactly how it went, and I wish I knew what the song was, but what I was hearing was to the extent of if everybody is competing, then nobody gets a chance to shine. And so I feel like while you're new at this, you're meant to just be kind of putting yourself in places and spaces that make you uncomfortable, meeting people who are doing what you're doing, liking what you're liking, so on and so forth. Just kind of putting yourself in position so that you can build some sort of community or group, if that makes sense. And you can find people who also like what you like and do what you're doing. But if it's competitive, and again, I'm not saying that you are, but let's just pretend that you were being competitive. If it's competitive, you're not going to make many friends. You're not going to make many close connections. And so that message of if we're all competing, then nobody's shining, nobody's standing out, made a lot of sense to me, because I'm never the type to compete. I fully believe that what's meant for me is meant for me, and nobody can take that away from me. And also what's somebody else's and what's for them is theirs, and I could never take it away from them, even if I wanted to. So I don't really look at competition like that. But yeah, that was something that was coming through, is this energy of building each other up, supporting each other instead of competing with each other. And you have this natural talent. You have true potential. Okay, so that's the first message. All right, let's hit the like button for me, Virgo. I know it's been a while, so if you'll hit the like button for me, that'll help to push the video out into the algorithm, so all the other Virgos and all the other people who need the messages can get them. Thank you in advance for liking, commenting, and subscribing. If you're new here and you haven't hit the subscribe button, hit the subscribe button. It's completely free. I'm here every once in a while. I make readings, and if you're subscribed, you'll see it in your subscription box. And if you hit that notification bell, you'll be notified whenever I upload, which who knows when that is, but 777 portal called me in today. So let's get into it. I was also getting something about a snake, and we are in the year of the snake. It's the year of the snake in Chinese zodiac. I keep feeling like I'm forgetting to tell you something. That could be an omen too. Maybe some of you recently have been forgetful, or you feel like you're forgetting something, but you're not. It's almost like you forget that your phone is in your hand, or you forget that you left the keys in the door, or something like that. Oh, also the Greatest Showman could be significant, and Chapel Roan could also be significant, but doesn't have to be. And some of you might be feeling forgetful, or you feel like you're forgetting something. Okay, but I was seeing a snake, and Spirit was showing me this vision of a snake constricting. And you know how a snake wraps around and then squeezes really tight to constrict? And that is what it feels like a lot of us are going through. But Spirit was saying that as soon as it gets to the point where you might die, the constriction stops. So I was trying to apply that to what I'm going through in life, and trying to apply that through some of the dark night of the souls that some of you are going through as well. And I want you to try to think of everything that you're going through as an experience that you need for your future self. And I was also reminded that the strongest warriors are given the toughest battles, and that a lot of the time when your path is harder, it's because your calling is higher or more purposeful. There's something bigger for you on the other side of what you're experiencing. And this constriction from this snake, energetically, spiritually, maybe literally or physically for some of you, it feels that way. It's to constrict you all the way to the point where you surrender, because the snake or this constriction is not going to kill you. It is not going to be the end of you. As soon as it gets to the point where it could end you or kill you, so to speak, the snake or the constriction will ease up. And so I feel like right now we're being taught something about surrendering and trusting the process. And you can apply that to your situation however it resonates, right? I'm only here to deliver messaging. You guys get to interpret it and take the parts that are for you. I usually say that this is a general reading, not a personal reading, so please do not force anything to fit. If it doesn't feel like it's for you, that's okay. Leave it for somebody else. That reminds me, I am doing personal readings. I'm not going to be doing personal readings again until August. I'm still technically on a break, but I felt really called to open up my personal readings this Friday, July 11th, from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. My website is open and available. You can get a pre-recorded reading or a Google Meet one-on-one reading. There have been some of those slots filled since me filming this, so make sure you're going down to the website in my description box and checking out what I have left for Friday, July 11th. If you're interested, if you feel called to it, there's also a fun little surprise 22% off automatic discount at checkout. So you don't even have to put a code in. You just go to checkout. The discount will automatically apply. If you want a reading, I just opened them up for the 11th because I felt called to. So yeah, check that out if you need a personal reading. If not, it's okay. I'll be back to doing personal readings in August. But also that website in the description box is the only place to get a reading from me, okay? I won't ever reach out to you to ask you for money or to ask you for a reading. Please do not get scammed. I feel something's coming in for you. I really wanted to pick up on your energy. I wanted to tap into where you've been, what's been going on, but also what you can expect, what to look forward to, what's coming in. And I'm getting this anticipation energy. I'm getting this it can only go up from here energy. And then I wanted to talk about brushing your teeth. So if you start catching yourself thinking badly about yourself or speaking badly about yourself, like let's say you're speaking out loud this rhetoric of I'm broke, I'm worthless, I'm ugly, I'm not good enough, I'm something negative. You're speaking that, brush your teeth, because there's little like demons in your teeth. I don't know how else to explain that. I don't mean literally, but just trust me. Whenever you catch yourself speaking negatively about yourself and like projecting negativity into your reality, I want you to brush your teeth. And if you want to take it the extra step, give yourself positive affirmations in the mirror while you're brushing your teeth. You could think them. Like you're brushing your teeth, so we're brushing out all of the negative things you've been saying. And you can think to yourself while you're looking at yourself, like, I'm so beautiful, I'm wealthy, I'm rich, everything works out for me, blah, 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 you know, so on and so forth. So if you're catching yourself doing that, I want you to try that. Some of you brush your teeth. I'm also getting something about a shower could help you. If you're thinking bad thoughts or you're just like in a negative headspace, take a shower, take a long shower, okay? All right, first card is the Queen of Wands. There is something to anticipate. Your magic is working. Your work is working. It may not look like it. This is what I'm seeing. Like some of you haven't been feeling very tapped in, very powerful when it comes to manifesting, but you are. It's like you're on a whole nother level though, Virgo. You can't compete. Yeah, I'm getting that. You can't compete where you don't compare. Yeah, that's something that I think other people try to do with you. Other people try to compete with you, but you don't compete where you can't compare, something like that. You can't compete where you don't compare. And there's something here about not comparing yourself to others because your skills, your magic, your manifestations powers are in like a different level. So I feel like it takes you longer to manifest in some ways, but it's because what you're manifesting is big, it's larger. You're not just like manifesting an open parking spot. You're not just open, you're not just open, oh my God, excuse me. You're not just manifesting like a green light. You know what I'm saying? You're not just manifesting something small. Whatever you're manifesting is big. It's big. So it might take you longer than others. Some of you might resonate with being like a late bloomer or feeling that way. Also, Virgos are very cave-like. We like our cave, we like our isolation, we like our alone time. And that's why the Virgo is the hermit in the tarot. And I was getting this messaging and this vision of you guys in a cave. There's even like a portal cave on the TV right now, which is interesting. Stonehenge could be significant too for some reason. You know, some things really resonate with you guys and then others won't. But I am seeing this visual of like the Virgo being in the cave to just kind of like figure everything out, go within, work on themselves, prosper, flourish, and not be like distracted. But it's also kind of like a safety thing. And then when Virgo is ready, Virgo pops back out of the cave and starts like getting things done, yelling, talking, moving, crying, screaming, yelling, like, here's the information, all of that. And I feel like some of you are really close to this like coming out of the cave energy. Some of you might resonate with this, like, I'm really close to going back into the cave because the socializing is becoming a lot, and the being around other people and out and about and doing and talking and speaking and living is a lot. So some of you might be going back in the cave, like being a little bit more reclusive and alone. But others of you, this Queen of Wands anticipation energy I'm getting is like something is pulling you out of the cave. Like we're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. We're starting to see the silver lining. We're starting to have faith in the process. And then once you're outside the cave, what's happening? Thank you. And out of your own personal cave, you're coming out. What's going on? What happens? The Nine of Wands and the Five of Pentacles. You help people who have been through what you've been through. I'm telling you that this struggle, this pain, this suffering that some of you have been through in life and have been really experiencing this year, in the past few years, but for some of you, it's been a lot of your life that you've experienced this struggle, this ostracization. It's been a lot of your life that you've struggled. You've felt like there's been a struggle. There's been like a kicked while you're down type of an energy. Some of you have been ostracized and shunned, and you've had to go through a lot on your own, or it feels that way. But I'm telling you that that's a part of your experience for your future self, because I'm seeing that you're coming out of the cave to stand up for people like you, to be like a role model or a representation of struggle, but like overcoming it, right? And that's what I'm seeing, is you overcoming the struggle, the pain, the suffering, the heartache, the hardships, all of it. And then you being like a mentor or a role model for others who are going through it, because you're going to be somebody who makes it out of the tunnel, makes it out on the other side, and then people are going to look to you in some way, shape, or form. Some of you might end up writing books about what you've been through. Maybe you already are. Some of you might do podcasts. You might make videos. You might start doing readings or like spiritual healing for people. You might start going to like conferences and speaking. There's so many different ways that you can use your experience to be a guiding light for others. And that's kind of what I'm seeing is happening. But it's natural and organic, right? You're not having to force it. You're not forcing it. Wow, look at you, the Hermit coming out of the cave. That's kind of crazy, but you know how we do it over here. Things are a little spooky and weird when we take breaks from doing the tarot readings. I feel like when I'm doing readings consistently, of course spirit shows up for me, but I guess I don't notice it as much when I'm like doing the readings consistently every single day, all day, right? And then I take a break from it, and then they show up like after maybe a week or maybe 2 weeks of me doing a reading, and then they're like, oh, hey, and I'm like, oh, you guys are here. You know, does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. But I do see you coming out of the cave with all of this like experience and wisdom and training and preparation. And there's also this level of like excitement. And the Queen of Wands is giving me this energy of knowing your worth. This is something that you've been working on. Not underselling yourself, not undervaluing yourself, all of that. And for some of you, it's based on like your childhood and how people treated you when you were younger. It's based on how people have treated you because of the color of your skin, because of your sexual orientation, because of your ethnic background, because of your how much money you make or don't make, or your family does or doesn't make, right? There's been this judgment on some of you for quite some time, but I'm seeing you overcoming all of it. The Queen of Wands is like you knowing your worth despite what other people say about you or think about you or whatever, because their thoughts of you, their opinions of you are literally none of your business. It doesn't pay your bills. It doesn't pay you to worry about what they think about you. It doesn't feed you. It doesn't please you in any way. So yeah, I'm really seeing a collective of Virgos coming out of this people-pleasing energy. I don't know if that resonates. Okay, let me know if that resonates for you. We're like not people-pleasing. And it's not this like I'm in my villain era. It's just I know my worth. I know my value, I know my light, I know me. So you can either get to know me or go somewhere else, but don't bring that negativity around, right? And that's what I'm seeing, is you really standing up for yourself, you really, I don't know, like reclaiming your power, reclaiming your strength and your worth. Like you know who you are now, and that's what's happening on the other side of the cave. I'm also getting this King of Cups, 10 of Cups energy. Some of you are going to be happily ever after, living your happily ever after with a partner, having a family, settling down, that is in the cards for you. I know that some of you might be worried about being alone. Others of you are already in relationships, and I see that going swimmingly. I just see more and more love and more growth in the relationship. So some of you could be having kids soon, or some of you could be moving in together soon. There could also be engagements happening over the summer. There's a lot of love and romance energy trying to come into Virgo's life during this summer. I'm seeing it, but it's feeling more like community and friendship and unconditional love, and it might not look like romantic love, but I do see a King of Cups here. So regardless of your gender and regardless of whom you're interested in, it does look like there is at least one person who is romantically interested in you or will be, and I do see you having some sort of family with this person. Could be a water sign. I'm getting a lot of Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, but I am also seeing Aries, and I'm also seeing Virgo as well, so that could be somebody that you're already connected to or will be connected to in the future, possibly this summer. I do see a lot of love trying to come in for you because you know your worth and because you don't really want it. I've learned something about like things in life, whether it's a relationship, a friendship, something physical, tangible that you can touch, taste, have. I've learned that when you don't want it is when it wants you the most. Usually when you like stop wanting and stop desiring and you just kind of accept that you're good with what you already have, that's when the thing that you want shows up. And so some of you don't really care about a relationship or really want a relationship, and so that's when it shows up. I know it's cliche, but it's like when you stop wanting it is when it starts wanting you the most. Some of you have also been experiencing that, I can tell. Some of you have been like either experiencing it in real life or you've been like sensing it, feeling it, like, the less I want it, the more that it wants me, especially when it comes to like men, dating, romance. You can tell that there's more attraction towards you and you're like, I haven't changed, what's different? You just don't want it anymore. And it's like people want what they don't already have or what they feel like they can't have, and you become unavailable or inaccessible, and that is attractive, which I don't know if that's healthy or not, but that's not my job to say whether it's healthy or not for anybody involved, right? But I am just feeling this energy of like the less you want it, the more it wants you. And if we're talking about love, romance, dating, the less you want that, the more that it will want you. 6 of Pentacles. Wow. This talks about like equal energy exchange, reciprocity, and it also kind of confirms that like when you stop giving and giving and giving, that's when you're able to receive. Because there's something here about you guys giving to partners, giving to friends, giving to coworkers, giving to your job, and it's like always giving. And some of you found this like emotional fulfillment when it comes to giving, and so you kind of like based your worth on being able to give. And then when you weren't able to give, whatever, whether it's money, time, energy, advice, care, something, when you weren't able to give, or as much as you were able to give before, if you weren't able to give as much, you felt less than, you felt worthless and not valuable. But you're not here to serve. You're not here to be of service at all times. You're not a charity, you know? And so now I'm seeing that some of you are like, oh, I know my worth. I'm going to stop giving away for free. I'm going to stop giving parts of me away for free. I'm going to stop giving my time, my knowledge, my skills, whatever, away for free. I'm going to start calling in my worth. I don't even want to say demanding, because you're not. I was going to say you're demanding your worth, but you're not. Your energy is demanding the worth, though. The not wanting it, the knowing your worth, the standing your ground, the standing up for yourself, the being inaccessible, the cutting certain people off, you know, all of that is really making your energy kind of demand all of this back to you. But you're not demanding your worth. You're almost like, I don't know, just requiring it energetically. I hope that makes sense. But the 6 of Pentacles also confirms that things are going to come back into balance for you. The pendulum will shift. The pendulum has to swing back in your favor at some point. And I see that happening over the next few months. It could even be July. I'm getting a lot of significance surrounding Cancer season, which is coming up. I believe it's July. It's going on right now. I'm sorry. God, my brain has been everywhere and anywhere but here lately, let me tell you. Cancer season's already going on. And it will end like July 21st, maybe. So there could be something here about the pendulum swinging back into your favor before the end of Cancer season, but I do see the pendulum swinging back into your favor by the end of summer, right? I see you overcoming the battles, overcoming whatever challenges and obstacles have been thrown your way and whatever you've been experiencing and enduring, I see you coming out on the other side. I see you out of the cave, right? The hermit's in the future, so I see you out of the cave. Like, this is everything that you've gone through and have been going through, and then boom, we're out on the other side, wiser, stronger, more intelligent, more adept, is what I'm getting. Okay. I'm hearing something about reading. Some of you need to like escape the reality sometimes, and it's not an issue. There's a lot of shit going on, and sometimes I think that we do need to escape reality, you know, as long as we're being smart about it. And I'm getting that reading could help some of you. Maybe you already are reading, or maybe you want to get back into the habit of reading, because reading can help you to like escape into another world. And if you're trying to manifest something, that could be a really great way for you to manifest. Especially if you read right before bed, is what Spirit is saying to me. Let's say you're trying to manifest like a romance, and this is just me saying that. You don't have to actually be manifesting it. I'm just giving you an example. Let's say you're trying to manifest this romance with this perfect partner, with this ideal relationship and the family and the home and all of it. Read a book that is very similar to that, and then put yourself kind of like in the story. While you're reading, you're like in the story, experiencing it, thinking about it, right? It's just an idea. I don't know. You could try that if you want to, but I do feel like some of you could read more, or you're being told to read more, maybe even the tarot cards. Maybe it's time to get back into reading the tarot cards for yourself or for others as well, me included. I know that that's a call out for me, but some of you too. Maybe you took a break from it, or maybe you were feeling disconnected from it. I'm getting that it's time to pull the cards out again. It's time to pull the cards for yourself and maybe for others too. All right, some of you do have some people coming to you asking for readings. You definitely do have some people coming to you asking you for guidance and asking you for clarity and asking you for advice. Mercury retrograde's going on. Mercury retrograde's coming up. This makes a lot of sense. Judgment, Ace of Swords, Page of Swords. This is people coming to you because they know that you have good advice. They know that you're able to give them clarity. Some of them know that you read cards or you're very connected to spirit. So expect some people to be coming back around for help, or expect new people to be coming in, and you're going to help them get unstuck. This is beautiful. I feel like you guys are actually helping each other to get unstuck in different ways. Yeah, it'll make sense when the time happens or when that day comes. But yeah, let's see if there's anything else that you need to know, Virgo. 22:33 on the timer when I just looked at it. Anything else Virgo needs to know about coming out of the cave? Panic at the Disco? I'm hearing a song. And I've been doing just fine. Gotta be down because I want it all. It started out with a kiss. How did it end up like this? It was only a kiss. It was only a kiss. Yeah, I don't know the rest of the lyrics, and I don't know that song. It's not Panic at the Disco, but that song is coming up. All right, lastly, we are seeing the Magician and we are seeing the Fool. So this is what's manifesting for you. I'm telling you that some of you, it feels like the trial has been harder, because your calling is larger, and so you have to experience a lot of shit, but I do see you coming out of it. The Fool card is the brand new beginning. It's the beginning of the tarot, and then the Magician is right behind it. So like, you're already 2 steps ahead. Maybe that's why everything is feeling the way that it is. Maybe there's things that are stagnant in your life. Maybe money is stagnant in your life. Maybe love, relationships are stagnant in your life. Maybe it's because you're preparing. Maybe it's because you're like setting yourself up for success, because the Fool comes first in the major arcana, and then the Magician card comes right after it. So you're like already prepared. You're already 2 steps ahead of the game, so to speak, right? And I just heard, don't hate the player, hate the game. And I am getting that if you want to win, you have to play the game. That's something too. You can't just sit out on the sidelines and be mad at other people winning when you're not even playing. And I don't think that's for you, but I had to say it. Don't hate the player, hate the game. And if you want to win, play the game. But also, what's meant for you will never miss you. That's something you need to know too. What's meant for you will never miss you. You can use that affirmation if you want to. What's meant for me will never miss me. I see you being 2 steps ahead of things. I see you being way more prepared than you even think you are. And I do see you having this true talent and true potential that I was speaking of as well. So whatever you're trying that's new, or whatever like new path you're trying to pave for yourself and for others possibly, you have so much potential. Please do not look to others. Please do not get distracted or discouraged. Please keep going. And I'm getting that it's going to be scary when you're paving a new path that nobody else is on. or that nobody else in your family is on or has done before, right? So some of you kind of like are in this creator position, and it's scary, and sometimes you want like that encouragement, you want that validation, that acknowledgement, and sometimes it doesn't come from anyone else other than you. Sometimes it has to come from you first. Actually, I think it always has to come from you first, but there will be times in your life where people do give you the validation and the encouragement and the support, but it really does come from you first, right? So encourage yourself, employ yourself, empower yourself, and keep going, because whatever this new endeavor is, or this new adventure, this new thing that you're tackling or pursuing, it might be scary, it might feel impossible, and it might be discouraging sometimes, but I see that you are a natural and you have true potential. So that's what I have for you, Virgo, with this reading. Happy 7/7 portal. I hope that something in here helped and resonated with some of you. I'm sending you so much love always. Remember, if you need a personal reading, I open them up. Limited availability. There's a surprise 22% off discount automatically applied at checkout. The website's in my description box if you want a reading. Go ahead and grab one. If not, that's okay. I'll be back doing personal readings in August. I'm sending you so much love always, Virgo. Take care of yourself, stay hydrated, and I will see you next time. Peace.